What's up, Internet? We are here on the island as my stomach rumbles very, very loudly. I have not eaten much today. We got a message from Judy! Yay! Also, Fuchsia's now gone, which is sad. But that means we can go find some new villagers, which is happy times. But of course, it's close to closing time for the Able Sisters, so we're going to swing by there first. I think I saw Sahara is in town on the title screen, so we might have to go look for her, him, whichever version we're playing. Hopefully we'll finally get the flooring we need from Sahara. That would be a big plus. I don't know if I need that, but that's pretty awesome right there. Also ninja clothes. I could go for some ninja stuff. Let's see what we can do for outfits today. Ooh, we got that awesome Aloha shirt. I believe we've already bought that, though. What else could we use right now? What screams, yes, this is something that we need. No bright white ninja outfit. Missed opportunity. We could always go for a black and like a white one, or like a blue one, because there is no white one. I'm a little bit bitter about that. Because you need a lucha mask. Also, this is pretty stylish. Because you just gotta look like Iron Man sometimes. I might have to buy a few things here. I know there's something specific I'm looking for stuff we can outfit ourselves with. Unfortunately, there does seem to be a scarcity in them actually showing up within the Able Sisters stock, which is kind of sad. Okay, let's buy a few other things first. Because we're here, we might as well buy a few more. Let's see, so we got the black one, let's buy the blue one. I believe that's the one we got, so we'll buy the red one. And I don't want to wear that, no thanks. I don't think I actually need a lucha mask. I don't have any real close attachment to Lucha Libre at all, really. But, you know, it's neat. There is something I really would like to get from the Able Sisters, but they don't stock it yet. And I think it's just random whether or not they do, and that kind of frustrates me. Anyway, we gotta find ourselves a new villager. We gotta go help with some anniversary photos. Apparently, Sahara's in town, so we gotta be careful of that. What is this? It's kind of neat. A macrame tapestry. I'll take it, sure. Is this another workbench? I think it is. A cute DIY table. I'll buy that too. Maybe we could give that to someone. Someone who needs a cute DIY-ness. What is this thing? A fragrance diffuser. Hey, Sykes, how you doing? I'm gonna stay away from these. My grandma got one of these, and it turns out I might be horribly allergic to fragrance that is diffused through the air. Or it could just be the fact that she used a specific fragrance, but either way it was gross, so I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I have. Not to sound depressing. You know, things aren't going great, but, you know, you make the best with what you have, and you hope stuff works out for you. Okay, so Sahara should be in town. I would like to see if we can get ourselves finally that flooring from him or her. And our next thing to do would, of course, be to go in and get ourselves a new villager, because that's a big deal. Hey! Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, also known as, like, the best Final Fantasy game after 6, and also the only good one, and also one of the best GBA games. And also a game I've bought like 6 times, and only after that did I actually get a functioning copy. Because GBA pirates are bastards. Although they've gotten better in the years. Their pirate GBA games have gotten better in quality, I will say that. Oh man, I've got stories about bad pirate GBA carts from, like, you know, 15 years ago or so, back when I was in high school. Oh. Hey, Wisp is here too. Cool, we got stuff to do. You got it on the Wii U. That's actually serendipitous, because I am working on my Wii U collection video for my YouTube channel right now. And I have got to go through all my Wii U games at some point and record them. I've actually gotten pretty close to having every Wii U game I want, too. I'm just frustrated because there's like 3 or 4 I'm still missing that I would like to get. But they're Wii U games, so they don't cost like a fair amount ever. Which is funny because the Wii U didn't sell very well. You'd think the Wii U games, they might go down in price. Nope. Ah, there's a wisp bit. I'm hoping Sahara's still here. I mean, she was wandering around on the title screen. She better be. Ah, the Moogle Totama. Yes, I'm remembering them. I know there's one you have to basically do on your own after you get, well, some stuff happens to you in the plot. That one I remember being kind of tough because it comes at you back to back from another level, if I recall. It has been forever since I've played FFTA, and I'm sad about that. I love that game so much. I have sunk so much time that I actually broke the in-game timer on that game. And I've been actually meaning to review it for years, and I just have not had the chance. But hopefully soon I'll get to doing FFTA, because that is a stupid fun game. Short version, if you have a Game Boy Advance, you should have Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It is the one exception to Final Fantasy VI being the last good one, because that game is just ridiculous. The direct sequel on the DS was not as good, I don't think, though. Yeah, that's right. You can get an Angel Ring really early in the game if you you know your stealing ability as well. That's a good thing to get early on. That's a ridiculously powerful piece of equipment. That and the I think the Genji gloves are really good. There was at least one piece of the Genji equipment you could get really early on that was really good, from what I remember as well. Which is parallel to Final Fantasy VI, where you could get a pair of the Genji gloves super early. Okay, Sahara. I need flooring, and you need to give me the flooring that I need. That's how this is going to go down. You know, I didn't actually realize it gave you immunity to so many status effects. I just knew that it gave you auto revives, which is why I always got it, because it was like just ridiculously good. Alright, take my money payment, give me flooring I want, Sahara. That's how this is going down. Whoopsie, I didn't mean to pick that up. It's also very important to go out and get a thief very early, or make your main character a thief, because that's not what I wanted. Because you can get ninja, which is like just a ridiculously powerful human class. Especially because you can then take the passive ability of dual wielding from that and put that to a more functionally powerful class like a fighter or a paladin. But ninja is like a must-have class, I think. Summit Wall. We actually already have that. Maybe I'll send that to someone online. Okay, well, we still need to try and get one more thing. So we can try for rugs. Yep, starting out your character as a thief and then giving him some ninja abilities, that's probably the best way to start out. I tend to take stuff like the new moves and make them morphers, take bangas and keep them either as monks or turn them into Templars. Viras, they tend to either go assassin or sniper, or if you really want to play super powerful, you take the sniper class but give it the assassin abilities, because sniper has like twice the range of anything else. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is so good. It's just like Final Fantasy V in the fact that you can make the most awesome customized classes ever. I love it. It's good. That's a good idea, actually, getting your chat to decide your characters as well. That's smart. Oh, do I have the large or did I get the medium? I'm not paying attention at all. I got the large. Okay, so we need a medium. Sorry, Sahara. Also, I should drop something else. Drop item. Alright, we're good. I should really start doing stuff like that and get my chat involved. The problem is I don't have enough viewers to actually chat very often. Alas. I've been meaning to get back into Mario Maker as well, but I don't know. Like, I've been meaning to do it like all this week, but I've just been so bogged down with my Wii U video. I don't know. And I've got like a million other different ideas for things I'd like to do streams of, but I'm not sure anyone would want it. And again, my stream viewership is already very low, so... I want flooring. You better give me the damn flooring. I want Sahara. Please. We've been at this for months. You just need to give me one flooring and I'll get off your case forever. Yes! Finally! That's what we wanted. That's our damn flooring. I need to go home and celebrate now. Because we got the flooring we need for my one awesome room idea. Now the thing is, we need wallpaper to match. Or, well, it's not a match, but I need a specific wallpaper. The problem is that wallpaper is only available as a DIY from Celeste. That's going to make things a bit of a problem. That's pretty cool, though. I do quite like that. That's a good idea. Freaking finally, man. You have no idea. I think that deserves that right there, our good old cheering octopus lady. Alright, so we're gonna plop this on the floor. And this is the flooring for my one room idea. Now I just need a wallpaper for it. I have an idea. I'm very proud of it. I just need the wallpaper and a million other things that sort of match this theme. But, spoilers, I'm thinking about making sort of like a magical, like, secret study observatory type of thing. And if I can get more, like, fancy magic, like, dark magical stuff, that'd be pretty cool. Like, I like this dark wood. I've got, like, a fortune-telling set. I would love to get a proper terrarium as opposed to, like, this hanging one. Celeste has this really, really banging wallpaper I'd love to get. I've got one idea for a room in my house. Just one. But we're finally making progress. And I can finally get off Sahara's case about never giving me what I need. Okay. What can we put there? That can go into storage. That can go into storage. That certainly lifted my spirits up. I've been having kind of a crap week. That makes me feel a lot better. Put that into storage. Put this into storage. Put that into storage. I think for Vera's, you can go one of two ways to make it really work well. If you're going to go Red Mage for Vera, I would suggest doing it simply for double cast. Because you can do that, and I believe that actually stacks with summoners. So you can double cast summons, which can be kind of ridiculously powerful. If you're going to go Sniper, I would teach your Vera as many assassin techniques as possible. That way you get the instant kill stuff of the assassins, as well as the double range of the Sniper. Like, those are kind of the two go-to Vera builds for me, personally. I should really come and see this stuff and criticize your builds and stuff, but, oh my god, I look like Link. I need Link's hat, and I need it now. And now I have no pants. Well, I'm holding on to that outfit for sure. Okay. So we finally got what we needed from Sahara. We can leave Sahara alone forever now, because I don't think we really need anything else from her or him or whichever gender Sahara chooses to view themselves with this time, because it's inconsistent as all hell. Oh, star bits. That's right. I saw some shooting stars last night. And summer shells. I did shoot down a balloon, and I got some extra summer shell stuff, which is kind of cool. Well, I mean, winging it is exactly how you go about, you know, learning and finding the stuff that works best for you. That's how I found out those combinations, really. There's very little I actually go out and actively see and say, okay, that's what we need to do. I think the one thing I ever saw in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, I saw the computer using that I needed was dual wielding on humans, which is a ninja skill. And to be fair, that can be ridiculously powerful. If you combine that with, I can't think of what the name is right now, but it's like counter, but it does like 1.5 times damage as opposed to the standard counter damage. If you combine that with dual wielding, you just do ridiculous because you like counter 4 times. It gets kind of stupid. I don't experiment a ton with bangas myself. I tend to stick with the initial monk and then just make him go guardian or guardian templar. But I think that dragoon can be pretty good. I tend to find dragoons in the Final Fantasy series to be 50-50. I think they're very, very cool, but half the time they're useless. I think in FFTA they're okay, though. This is a big fish. What do we got? Coelacanth! I don't have a need for these, because I got one in my house already, but I'll hold on to it. Maybe I'll sell it to CJ when he comes to town. We're already running out of inventory space again. Okay. I think I've got a plan. What we're going to do is we're going to go get these things appraised. We're going to go do the anniversary stuff. We're going to go sell ourselves to the Nooklings, get rid of everything in our pockets, and then we're going to go on a quest to find a new villager. I think is sort of the order in which we're going to do this sort of stuff. Assess some fossils. Man, I really got to play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance again. The only thing I really didn't like about it, okay, two things, is, first of all, you couldn't get access to a lot of, like, special characters and character classes. Like, if you wanted them, 9 times out of 10, if they were available, and it was a big if, it was like a post-game thing. Which leads to my other problem, which was, the post-game is 10 levels and that's it. I didn't like that so much, but everything else about Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is just so good. It is so good. Okay, let's... Oop! Boop, 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 boop. You almost got away, Wispy Bits, but then I saw you. Bet you feel silly now. Gotcha. I don't think I've ever actually used a Vera as a healer, honestly. Like, I've tried to get them to Red Mage just for double cast, and then I just immediately moved them off. But I've never really seen Vera as much of a class for casting so much. They're a bit of a ranged class for the most part. How I feel about it, anyway. Okay, sell all that crap. I got to admit, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was my introduction to the Blue Mage as well. And seeing the Blue Mage in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, at least the first time I played it, I thought it was the stupidest class ever. And then if you actually play like Final Fantasy V where it comes in and you actually pay attention, it is like the most ridiculously overpowered class ever. And I think in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance it's probably very much the same. It's just ridiculously OP, you just gotta understand how the numbers line up properly. I really should go back and try and get like a Blue Mage in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, because it's a path I have not taken in that game, and I really should. Cure and Life are probably the most useful skills of any healer, of course. I mean, with Life you can basically instant kill undead, so that's a big plus. That said, unless you're playing in a yacht area, death is not that big of an issue. You know, I find it absolutely baffling, because everyone I talk to about Final Fantasy Tactics Advance absolutely hates the game. Says it's easy, says like, ah, your character can't die, it's dumb, it's nothing near as good as like the PlayStation 1 game. The judge system was awful. And I gotta say, I like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance a lot more. I like the judge system. Yes, some of the laws are a little bit confusing and sort of up for interpretation, but I loved it. I thought... I played the PSP remake of the PS1 version well after I played Tactics Advance, and I thought it was hugely underwhelming myself. How did you go about abusing a flan the other day? Also, morphers. Morphers are a ridiculously fun class. That is a reason to have a Numu. That is one of two things I remember about the Numu. That and growing up when I discovered this game, it was with another guy. And he always referred to the Numus as Dalai Lamas for some reason. It's the weirdest thing. But, yeah. I love morphers. They're such a weird class, but they're so fun. Okay. Reese, Cyrus, what am I doing today? What colors do you need on the wallpaper? Chic. So, brown, beige, black. I think I can make this work. Okay. Oh, I still got 14 days of this nonsense. Jeez. Okay. I need this. So we're going to start with a chic arch. And then we're going to drop some wedding decorations. But we're going to make sure they're chic. But we can only drop one at a time. We can't drop multiple, which I think is dumb. But we can clone them. So we're going to do that for sure. Done. You had control Flan go up against a blue mage with the proper... That's how you do it. That's how you get the best skills on your blue mages, to mind control Flan to doing exactly what you want. Another beasts, really, but... I just love that that game lets you do that. And it's one of those things, like... I love Final Fantasy VI for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons I love it so much is it is a wildly broken game. But it's not broken in like a dumb way like Final Fantasy VIII was, where it's just a matter of, you know, just grind a little bit and you've broken the game. It was one of those games where you really had to understand the complexity of the mechanics, and if you did so, you could break the game open 8 ways from Sunday. I loved that. And FFTA is totally like that as well. I love how everything synergizes in that game. It takes a lot of strategy and a little bit of luck, but man, if you can get everything to line up just so, it is such a good game. Go play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It's good. I'm going to have to once this is done and I'm done recording Wii U stuff. Okay, I think we're good for photos. So, let's pop open the camera. Remove myself from existence. Do a nice close-up of these two lovebirds. You know, the sad thing is, this is saving photos to my freaking Switch console. And each one of those might not take up a lot of space, but it still takes up space. And I don't want to have to go out of my way to have to, like, you know, delete all of them, because I don't want all these on my system. Especially considering I have to take at least one of these every day this month. Oh no, fighting Flan without magic. That is not ideal. Certainly. Alright, that's done. Harvey, you still owe me. I'm in a better mood because even though I've had a crap week so far, at the very least, I finally have the flooring I need. We are working towards actually making a good house design now. That said, I have to figure out like 8 other rooms for my house, so that's still a ways away for me. But we're making progress, damn it. Okay, so we did that. We got to get ourselves some tickets to go and visit some new villagers. We need to get ourselves a new person in town. And that, of course, requires us to recruit some people, which requires us to go to random islands. You know, I don't think I ever really used Mognite outside of, what was it, Lynn, from the story side quest you can unlock them with. I don't think I ever actually bothered investing in Mognite. That's a class I need to try. That's a new shirt. I'm going to order that. We already have Aloha KK, though, so everything else here, not needed. Okay, so we need to redeem some Nook Miles. So let's take our Nook Miles tickets. And we'll start by taking 5, because, you know, who knows how many different randomized islands we need to go to before we find someone I really, really, really like, you know? Alright, so let's take some more. This is 2. I'm gonna redeem those. I did write a list of villagers I wanted somewhere, but I can't find it. But that said, I have a good idea of who villagers I like. And, you know, if I find someone I don't know, like, you know, Drago, that's even better. But that said, this could take a while, so it's better to front end load up on some tickets, if we can. Okay, I believe that's 3. Gunner's an interesting class. That's not one I've spent a huge amount of time in, but I have played a little bit of it. There's also, like, what was it? Time Mage or whatever. That's a class I've never really dabbled with. There's a lot of classes I really have not played a lot with in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. And I think that speaks to a lot of its game design, that you can just find classes, completely latch onto them, and still create incredibly viable, well-synergizing strategies with them without exploring every possible outcome. And everyone who plays the game always seems to find, like, different combinations from everyone else, which is great. So that means you can, like, exchange strategies and stuff. What are you guys talking about out here? Oh, maybe you were just waving. Okay. I know Sahara is visiting. I finally got the flooring I needed. I am very, very amped up about that. Also, I gotta go look for wispy bits later. Hunter is not a class I would stick around too much. Hunter is one of those, like, classes, sort of like Beast Tamer, that is so wildly situational. It feels like it's designed only to support literally other better classes. Like, Hunter is only really useful to give stuff for morphers moving forward. There's a lot of classes, too, so not going into each and every one is certainly understandable. And then, of course, there are specialized classes that only certain characters can get, which you probably won't see too much until you beat the game. But that said, it's still pretty good. If I recall, there is a way to also equip your character with, like, 4 weapons at once to get, like, quadruple counters, which is kind of ridiculous. That's a good combination of... I don't know who that is, but I'm not interested immediately. Let's see what they're all about. You look very like I don't want you in my village. T-Bone. So I guess you're some kind of, like, biker ox. I think I will take my chances with the next villager we get. I don't think we're going to get T-Bone. Well, it does make me want to have a steak. Summer shells. We do need these. This is an advantage to going to all these randomized islands, is there's a chance we could get more summer shells. That's a very, very useful thing. I totally forgot about that. Grab all the shells. I don't care about anything else we can collect. I just want shells and DIY stuff. Okay, Wilbur. Can you take me to another randomized island, please? I've got another ticket right here. Nope, I guess not. Man, I want to play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance so badly now. I've got, like... I think everyone has, like, that one song from, like, a specific battle in their head for that game. And I've got, like, my one Final Fantasy Tactics Advance song in my head right now, and I just... I want to play it so bad now. It's such a good game. Let's see. That's the Golden Sun games and Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, which is getting a remake under a completely different name, which is a little weird. As well as Mega Man Battle Network 3, I think are like the most must-have games that could just completely take over your life on the GBA, I think. Those are so good games. So good. Oh, I love my GBA. I wish it worked. I wish I had a better one to replace it with. But, you know, the GBA is an amazing... That's the thing I find amazing about the Game Boy Advance, is that was a handheld that felt like a full console release. Like, the games on it were just so huge. And not even just the fact that, of course, they made remakes of existing console games, but the fact that the games they had originally were, in some cases, bigger than console games that were getting released for the time on, like, the GameCube. It really was kind of a miracle handheld. Ah, it's a suckerfish. Alright, well, we can sell that for a few bells. Although I'll hold on until CJ gets here. Not seeing any campfires, though, which might mean that there's no islander here. Oh, nope, we got an islander. Who are you? What's your deal, ma'am? Gloria. Well, she looks nice and friendly, and she seems nice and friendly, but I'm not sure she's just quite the island material, so to speak. I think we could do better. So, while I do kind of like you, Gloria, I think I'm going to have to pass. And I'm going to immediately regret it because she seems nice. I wasn't sure if this was a Money Rock Island or not. It does not appear to be. Oh, renaming characters. Yeah, renaming characters would be great. My first time through, I had, like, the best names for every character, and I sort of made it that, aw, thanks for the cheering of bits. But, you know, I remember my initial team from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and of course, everything's just out of a randomized name pool for every race. And I remember thinking, okay, this is the best combination of things. Like, the greatest Banga of all time will always be named Ramsey. And the greatest Numu of all time will always be named Yuri. Like, that is just how that has to be. And unfortunately, you can't rename your characters, so I sat there and I reset my game so many times just to, for my second full playthrough, get those two again. And I think there's something like 50 options for names. So to get any specific one, let alone multiple specific ones, is kind of stupidly hard to do. Now that said, if you had two Game Boy Advances with two copies of it, you could trade them between, which would be kind of cool. And that in turn would mean that, you know, you could theoretically have a, like, completely leveled character in all the classes from the start. That would be a lot of fun, but it would require so much extra stuff that it's not really viable for a standard person nowadays, or even back then, to do it. That sucks. There really should be a rename option or something for it. And the fact that there isn't, I think, is a bit of a letdown, to say the least. Wait a minute. I think I recognize that person. I know what your name is, Tybalt. You were on my island, damn it. What are you on about? Okay, so Tybalt's got the worst memory ever. I thought that was me, evidently not. Ooh, a bug. That's a bug that sells for a lot of bells, too. I want that. Get over here, bug. Yay! Alright, so, if nothing else, we got a few extra bells. We have 2 more Nook Miles tickets before we have to go out and get more. But hopefully we will find a villager we want, and trust me, there's a few I want. Of course, there are the obvious ones, Pierce and Pearl, my 2 favorites, but there are a few others. And I'm sure there's tons of awesome villagers I don't even know about yet. Trophy case! Nice! That's a DIY recipe I didn't have. The nice thing about doing this is also we're going to get DIY recipes out the wazoo. Hopefully new ones, of course. There's a very good chance we won't get new ones, because that's how DIY recipes work. But hopefully... That fish does not have a fin, so I'm not interested in it. If they have fins, they might be something big I can sell a lot of bells for. I'm ready to go home, just to go out again. Seriously, can you just ferry me over to the next random island so I don't have to go home and do this all over again? No? Fine. It would take forever to level up on Flan like that. But, I mean, it would be a good way to consistently get experience. It would just take forever. I want to fly. I've got 2 more tickets, and then I can buy something like 40 more, so... You know, I'm ready to keep going. I want to find someone I really want. Oh man, I gotta play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance again. But I'm busy trying to review like 8 different RPGs at the same time. If I did that, I'd never finish Greedfall or Bug Fables or Digimon Cyber Sleuth. There's too many awesome games I want to play all at once. I need to have been born an octopus so I could play 8 different things at once. As it stands, I can only play like 4 different things at once. Curse my only having 4 limbs. Okay, so we got another Summer Shell. That's going to be a big bonus for us moving forward. We want to try and get as many of those as possible. But, let's see if we can get another DIY recipe. That would be a big plus as well. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh! New beetle! New beetle, new beetle, new beetle, new beetle, new beetle. Oh, poop. I need that one for the museum, of course. Although I could have also sold it for like 8,000 bells, I think. Those beetles are worth a lot, if I recall. Apple! Well, you seem nice, I guess. I think Ford or Canis for a banger would be pretty good. Those are names I don't think I've ever actually run into. Like, all of those names, I think, are names I have never run into in all of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It's really interesting how many different names that actually has. And of course, you can see a good list of them as well, named to the various enemies and other non-playable characters. I have spent so many hours in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, I want to play it again. Okay, I think I've got one more ticket before we have to go and replenish our Nook Miles tickets. So come on, let's go, Orville. That's funny, I always use Mont Blanc myself. He's one of my favorite characters, I think. I think he's... The sad thing is the first time I played that game, I actually lost him in the first Yakuza area, and I was surprised that the game actually continued, considering he's basically the sidekick character of the game. He seems story important, but the game's perfectly fine with letting you continue without him, and that made me sad. Okay, so let's start down here, looking for stuff. Maybe, just maybe, we'll find a DIY recipe like this. Awesome. Okay, what do we got here? We have, come on, something good. From Chow, a pot. We actually already know this. And we, in fact, already gave one to someone else. Huh. Well, we already have an alligator, except our alligator's a dragon, so I don't think we want this character. Honestly. Who are you? Boots. Just Boots. Okay. Not gonna lie, maybe if you were risky Boots, but you're just Boots. You're very bland Boots. You're normal Boots. No one likes you. Okay, so... Ooh, Summer Shell. Yes, please. I need all the Summer Shells I can get. Oh, that reminds me. I want to show this off. I've got, as I mentioned, I've got Summer Shell stuff. Trophy case. That's actually pretty cool looking. We want seasonal recipes. So we got wallpaper like this, which looks really cool. And we got flooring like this. And honestly, I'm not sure if I like this or this better. They're both animated. I feel like at the very least one of those needs to go to Marina. I don't know. But either way, we are currently out of Nook Miles tickets, so we gotta go home and buy a metric swack ton more of them. Because we only have so long before someone else is gonna move in before we invite someone. Excuse me. And, you know, it's important that we get someone we like as opposed to just someone random that we don't care for. It is our responsibility to ultimately hunt down a villager we like, and damn it, we've got enough miles to purchase tickets for, so let's do it. Excuse me, Judy. I've got to go find myself some new villagers. Okay. So let's see what we got this time. Select from the following services. Redeem Nook Miles. Okay, so these are 2,000 each, so yes, we can literally buy, like, almost 40 more of these. We're gonna be here for a while, I think. Unless we happen to find someone we really like. Now, the nice thing is, if this takes a while, at least it's sort of a balance out, because, you know, when we found, I think it was Judy, when we found good old Drago, that was pretty much like the first or second attempt. So if this takes a while before we find someone we really, really like, you know, that's just how it is. Yeah, I would throw the angel ring on the main character as well. That would probably be who I would throw it on to. Combine that with dual wielding and like the 2.5 counter move or whatever. You could do some really, really dirty stuff with that. And then, of course, there's, like, the items in the game that exponentially increase in strength the more times you do specific quests. You can do some really unbelievably dirty stuff in that game, if you're willing to sink in the time and you understand the systems. Ugh. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is so good. No, I want one more Nook Miles ticket. Redeem! Okay. So that's the next 5 Nook Miles tickets. How much space do we have in our inventory right now, just for reference? Probably enough, honestly. Okay, let's go see if we can find someone with these next 5 tickets. Oh, I missed the entrance entirely. Well, I would do everything you can to completely utilize that angel ring, because angel rings are just, they're too incredibly good. Like, if you can get an angel ring early, you've kind of really broken the game. That's part of the reason why very early on it's important to make your main character a thief. That, and you can eventually make him a ninja if you do that, and again, you get dual wielding and a bunch of really dirty moves, but having thief skills and the ability to steal very early on means that you can get some really wildly powerful stuff during some of the less common encounters. Because some of the encounters in the story, and even just random ones, have characters with, like, absurdly rare items for no reason. That would otherwise take a long time to get, but if you can get them early, you can really just make the game ridiculously broken. And I love it. Oh, you look so bland, puppy. I don't want bland, puppy. That's the thing, I don't want characters that look boring. I want characters that I like. I like the Eagles. I like Marina. That's not a beetle I need. Come on, DIY recipe. Or summer shells. There's a summer shell. Nice. Gonna pick this up. Gonna go this way and see what this guy's all about, even though I don't want him. He's a ninja. That's what he's all about. B. She looks like a dog, though. She's not a bee. Alright, well. Have a good rainy day season camping trip there, bee. I'm gonna take off, because I don't want you on my island, basically. If I have the chance, I want someone who stands out and makes me say, yeah, that's a character I want. And you just seem like a, nah. I prefer the lady from the previous one, honestly. Come on, Wilbur, let's roll those dice and get ourselves a new villager. We're gonna be here for like an extra 2 hours trying to get some people. Well, that's the thing. You're streaming it as well. I don't think people would necessarily appreciate you like save scumming like turns and stuff. Whereas I would probably, if I wasn't streaming it, I'd probably save scum turns just to get better stuff early. I'm willing to admit that. You know, if you can get rare, awesome stuff early just from stealing, I would do it. But of course, you have to also factor in sort of keeping people entertained and stuff, and resetting saves is probably not the most interesting thing. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully, 7th time is the charm. Hopefully. Possibly, maybe. Potentially. Okay, let's see if 7th time's the charm. Oh, we got a frog. That's interesting. I don't think we've had a frog yet. That fish looks kind of big. Maybe we'll catch it. It's probably just going to be a black bass, but let's see what we get. Up. Or not. Let's see what we get. Up. Come on, fish. Come on. Fish. Oh. Well, getting a diamond shield's not too bad. But, yeah, stealing in that game, you can do some really dirty stuff early on with a little bit of luck or just, you know, soft resetting until the RNG lines up with your theft attempts. It's just another one of those things that I really like about it. It's like, if you know this level, if you know a character that has something really rare, you can do some stuff. Scorpion! Scorpion, 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 scorpion! Don't jump into the ocean, please. I think it did. Yes, it did. Crap. Alas. What's your deal, Henry? Snooze it. Well, I kinda like you, Henry. But I have the opportunity to get my favorite villagers, potentially, so I think, as much as I kinda like you, we're gonna have to mosey on over to New Beetle! Mirror Mail's super useful as well. That might be the iridescent stag, I'm not sure, in which case we already have it, but... Yes, I do believe we have the rainbow stag. Let's just take a quick peek-see over here to the bug list. Oh! I actually already had the Goliath beetle. Fair enough. Alright, well, on to the next dial. Number 8. 8's a lucky number, right? Maybe, possibly. It's a sideways Mobius strip. It has that going for it. Thief, Ninja, Samurai is probably a very good class. You could even just stop at Ninja, really. Once you get the dual wield, that's pretty much all you need. Throw that onto a counter or like the enhanced counter, and that's basically all you need. Okay, number 8. Wait, nope. Nope. I want to use Nook Miles ticket. Because I'm looking for villagers. I want to fly. Come on, Mr. Dodo. Make me go see some island. Okay, let's go with number 8. Okay. 8th time's the charm. Possibly, hopefully, probably not. Again, first couple times we did this, we got a new villager that we wanted, like, immediately, so waiting a little bit, that doesn't hurt my feelings, but I am still a wildly impatient individual. Hopefully someone cool's here. I don't know who that is. That's a big fish, though. Gonna catch this fish. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Come on, Mr. Fish. What do we got this time? Nice. Narapaima. Nice. Ooh. Got this, too. Still haven't found a villager we like, but lots of stuff from Swalel. I think is how that's pronounced. It's French. Oh, yeah? I think you did mention that you played a little bit on a friend's game. Didn't realize it was Kizu. Okay. Who is this person? Because they seem kind of neat. The problem is, they remind me a lot of Tia. Like, they're stylized elephants. I kind of like Margie's design, but honestly, I kind of like it. But we already have a very stylized elephant. If this was any other day and we didn't already have Tia on our island, I would probably take her, honestly. But right now, I think we can pass. We've got plenty of options to find other villagers. Alright, let's go home. Yep, we're good. Alright. Ideally, it'll probably be a villager that'll have the same personality as good old Fuchsia. Because we still need someone with a big sister personality. That would be ideal, but honestly, I just want someone that I like the design of. Which means I'll probably regret having to pass up on, what was it, Margie? Was her name? I kind of liked her, but alas, we can't do things by half measures right now. I want to find someone I really like. Not just someone I kind of half like. I want someone who, seeing them, it's like, yeah, that's someone I'd want to have as my neighbor. Like, you know, my favorite animals. You know, if we got Pierce or Pearl, absolutely. But, let's see if we can find someone who stands out as someone I really want on my island. It's Sterling! Ah. Okay, this one's gonna be a bit hard for me. Because I do like the Eagles quite a lot, and I actually do quite like Sterling. He's like Pierce, if Pierce wore a bucket on his head. But he's not Pierce. Actually, fun story. When Animal Crossing, I believe it was City Folk? It might have been New Horizons. New Leaf. Yeah, it was New Leaf. When it came out, my brother and I we each got a copy, and I had to go run out and do some chores for someone else. And since he was bored, I just said, okay, here's the deal. Here's my 3DS. I want you to restart this game until I get one of my favorite villagers. And he got Sterling, and then we stopped. And honestly, Sterling, he's pretty cool. He's an athletic eagle. I do like all the eagles, and I would like to collect them all. But I think we're going to pass on Sterling right now. That's very, very painful to me. I can't stress that enough, because I do quite like the eagles, but there's a more important eagle out there for me right now. And also, we already have, like, 3 of them. Actually, what I learned looking up all the Animal Crossing characters is another eagle we're quite familiar with, good old Quetzal. He stopped being in Animal Crossing after the first game. That surprised me, honestly. I didn't think any of the eagles got removed from the game, but apparently Quetzal did. Alright, let's use our last Nook Miles ticket for our 10th attempt. I gotta admit, finding Sterling there, man, Saying no to that was hard. But there's still the shot that we could run into someone just completely unknown to me that's super awesome. Or potentially, you know, Pierce or Pearl or someone else I really, really want. And we do have such a number of Nook Miles tickets that I feel like we need to use some of them, or else we're never going to use these Nook Miles. And we're just going to collect them, and they're not going to ever do anything. So here we go again. Okay, I think we've run into him before. I don't really aspire to talk to him. I will take this DIY recipe, though. What do we got this time? Come on, be something new. Harry? Barrel! Barrel! Okay. Well, Mirror Mail is definitely good for making like an anti-mage character. It reflects all magic damage, if I recall. It's a good piece of equipment. If you can get a couple of those, you can really steamroll some mages, if I recall. Any summer shells? No. Okay. No super big fish. I don't really aspire to talk to that guy. He looks boring. Let's go. Back home. I mean, on the bright side, we are getting a lot of DIY recipes out of this, which means that we're going to get more stuff that we want. The downside is this is going to take forever, and we still haven't found a villager for us. Pretty close with 2 of them, maybe 3. And, you know, 3 out of 10, that is not a terrible metric. That means, like, every 3 times we're going to run into someone that's at least kind of interesting to me. But that said, I would still like to find someone specific. Or at the very least, someone I really, really want. Also, we still have got to find Wispy Bit. Okay. Let's buy ourselves... I wish I could just buy Nook Miles tickets in bulk. Honestly, the fact I have to buy them one at a time sucks. Alright. Spiky Fence. Alright, Nook Miles ticket. Auto Reflect is a ridiculously useful ability. I will take that. And then I will take another 4. And then, of course, if you've got a character that has Auto Reflect on it, you can basically weight them into a giant group of mages and they won't do much. The smartest move you could do is give that to like a frontline melee fighter and just have him go straight in. Because worst case scenario, they'll try and melee you. And if that's the case, well, your counters will probably wipe them out. But Auto Reflect is just a stupidly powerful ability. Charm can be pretty useful as well. Okay, come on. So, for the record, so far, this has been 15 Nook Miles tickets. We've used 10 up so far. And that would be 30,000 Nook points used, which is about 1/3 the Nook Miles we have. Still have not found a villager I absolutely need. I found 2 that I think I'll kick myself over if we don't find someone between now and 0 Nook Miles. But, you know, let's see what our next island adventure brings us. Will we find ourselves that one villager we absolutely need? Or will we once again be shunned by random number generation? Maybe we'll find the DIY recipes we've always wanted. But, I mean, if nothing else, we got the flooring I wanted. That's a big plus, but... You know, it takes forever to get a villager to move out. It takes even longer if it's a villager you actually want to get rid of. So to find a villager that really speaks to you, you know, you've got a limited window of operation, and you just need luck. It's not a exaggeration to say that the stars kind of need to align to make this all happen. And we've been very, very lucky with stuff like Judy, stuff like Celia, stuff like Drago, all sort of happening immediately. But I would still very much like to get someone I really, really want within the next 60,000 Nook Miles, if we can. I'm kind of surprised they haven't made, like, another Final Fantasy Tactics Advance since, honestly. But seeing the state of Final Fantasy, that might be a good thing. Okay. What have we here? That's regular shell. Null Doom is a very important technique as well. You don't want to get insta-killed. Okay, come on. DIY recipes, please. Nope. Okay, well, no DIY recipes, no summer shells. Are we going to get the villager of my dreams? Let's find out. Someone's here, and it's this guy again. I don't care about you. Stop showing up. Okay, so we've got a repeat. Within 11 adventures, we've got one repeat. That's a bit peculiar, because I'm pretty sure there's like 300 different villagers, but still. Ninja gear is ridiculously good equipment. I remember that, too. Okay, well, that's another one down. 11 down. So far, 3 villagers I kind of liked, and of those 2 I would kick myself for not having. On to number 12. If statistics are going to keep up, that means that we should theoretically run into a villager that might actually be good this time, because this is the 3rd one, or it's a multiplicative of 3, which means it's a multiplicative of 30%. So this means this should be the 4th villager we run into that could potentially be good, if the statistics want to line up with the numbers we've sort of already established. But of course, it's random. It could be anyone. It could be the same guy again. I don't know why we keep running into bulls. I don't really have an interest in having bulls on my island. You know? I don't know. But hopefully we'll find someone today. Alright, 12th chimes the charm. Alright, I see a fire. Well, you look like a villager. Not much I can agree with. Whether you look like a villager I want might be a different story, but, kindly get out of my way, please. I'd like to catch that Atlas moth. I don't know who you are. I'm not really sure I care, honestly. But we'll figure out your life story in a sec. Poop! So who are you? Panchetti. That sounds Italian. Well, have a good life. I'm done talking to you now. You know, I could have had Sterling on my island, but no. I had to say no. I wanted someone that I absolutely must have. That bug is worth 2,000 bells. I need it. Gonna catch it, gonna catch it, gonna catch it, gonna catch it, gonna catch it. We're gonna have to empty out our pockets when we get back. I wonder if I could catch that beetle from here. Well, now I definitely can't. You know, if he came over here, I might be able to. But I also see a thing for a fossil, so it might be good to grab that too. Yep, the half abilities of the white robes are certainly useful as well. That's the thing about Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. There's so many different combinations of skills, classes, passives, equipment that really there's no right or wrong answer. There's so many different ways you can make the game kind of basically broken, just from setting up the proper classes and stuff. We are definitely gonna have to empty our pockets when we get home. Okay, anything here that I need to pick up as of yet? No. Alright, going home then. I'm ready to go home, I guess. Yep, I'm ready to go home. For now. And I'm going to empty my pockets, and then we're going to come back. And we're going to keep doing this until we get a cool villager, or I run out of Nook Miles tickets. In which case, that'll probably be an hour from now. Maybe 2. Okay, gotta go deposit stuff into my storage. Alright, gonna go over to my house. Get rid of stuff. I still don't know why I haven't found another black rose yet. They haven't multiplied. They haven't really spawned anything out of them either. Kind of sucks. I would like another black rose. I'd like several. I think that's the only way to get the special red roses that you need for something else. And I know black roses are the only thing that gets you gold roses. Okay. So, gonna go place that in storage. We can put the clay in storage. That can go into storage. That can go into storage. Storage. We still haven't done all of Wisp's stuff. Store. Store. Gonna store this. Gonna store this. Can definitely store this. Don't need any iron, really. Alright, I think we're good. Okay. Gonna go see about a... What are we at, 13 now? Yes, this will be the 13th attempt at finding a cool villager. Hopefully this time will be the one that does it. Because, I mean, the alternative is doing this like another 30 times. Which, I mean, we certainly have the points for it, I'm impatient. And of course, if we don't do it tonight, someone else could randomly invade our island, and I don't want that. So, let's fly again. Take me to a randomized island, Orville. Alright, let's get airborne. Time to fly. What would a dodo do? Probably end up dead because they can't actually fly and also are extinct. That's sort of their whole thing, really. Okay. Are we gonna find him today? Ooh, I kind of like this randomized island layout. I've never seen this one before. There's the fire. Aw, that's a cute little cat. But there's already a cute little cat I'm looking for, and it's not her. So no offense, kitty, but I don't really care. I want Pearl. Ooh, big moth. Gonna catch that and make a bunch of bells. Hopefully. Gonna get some bells. Yeah, there we go. Well, this trip hasn't been an entirely total waste of time. Just, you know, mostly a waste of time. And then a scorpion comes out and eats me. Because I've got a net in my hand. Okay. Wilbur, let's go back home and try this again. I am absolutely certain I don't want to be back, although I do quite like this island's layout. If I could have my own personal island, I would probably like this layout myself. Kind of like the randomized cliffs that sort of keep it nice and secluded. That's a nice looking island, not gonna lie. That's a vacation spot is what that is. Let's try this again, Orville. We need to go out and get ourselves a new villager. Preferably someone awesome that would make this island even better and not just someone who just randomly shows up, because that would be less than ideal. Alright. What would dodos do? A question for the ancients that will never be answered. Okay. Null petrified is certainly useful. Okay. Oop. Oh, I thought we got a scorpion island, but no. Zebra! Zebra, 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 zebra. Gotta admit, I think we'd probably put a zebra in the maybe pile for interesting villagers, but I believe this villager has existed since the original Animal Crossing. I don't think I've ever gotten them, though. But it's not one of the ones I've really super wanted. Savannah, huh? I think you are a normal personality girl, which means that I already have 3 of them in my island. I can't have any more, honestly. There's only so many of each personality an island can have. Actually, that's not true, but it does hinder my ability to learn DIY stuff. So, I kind of like your design, Savannah, but I think I'm going to have to pass. That fish is pretty big. That might be a coelacanth, though. Let's see what we can do. Don't be a sea bass. As long as you're not a sea bass, I don't really care what you are, but let's see. It's gonna be a sea bass. Crap. Stupid sea bass. Oh well. Alright, we got one more Nook Miles ticket before we have to stock up on another 5. I'm ready to punt pontoons, as it were. Let's try this again. We are going to get ourselves someone awesome for this island. We have to. We just absolutely, we need someone awesome to complement the island style and flair. If we get someone lame, the entire island looks lame, and we just can't have that. I will not have a recreation of He Who Shall Not Be Named, who used to live on our island, because that was a disaster, and we're not going to relive that if we can help it. So we're going to do everything in our power to get someone cool. Alright, let's go again. I don't like that the randomized islands don't have randomized weather. I think it's weird that they all have the same weather as our standard island. Not sure I care for that so much. What have we here? Nope. Do we have DIY recipes? Nothing over here. Come on, DIY. I need some DIY recipes. Because there's only so many things I can learn from random villagers. Oh, we actually have already one. I didn't even see. Wild wood wall. I know that recipe. There's like 8 different wood walls too, which is kind of infuriating. Claudia. I kind of like you, but I don't think I'm necessarily in love with having another tiger on our island so soon. At least, unless it's good old Bengal. Bengal is the one exception, I think. Right now, I'm very, very interested in my 2 favorite villagers, because it's been way too long. And, like, just random super awesome villagers that jump out at me. Increased chance to steal is certainly useful, but I also have to point out that stealing is very, very situational. If you can go in advance and know exactly where you want to go and who has what and when levels have like special items, then it's going to mean a lot to have them. It's going to mean a lot more to you, of course, if you're doing this via stream and not save scumming. So that would definitely be useful for you, I think. Okay, redeem Nook Miles. Time for another set of 5. 1. Alright, so far we have gone through 15 Nook tickets. Once we grab these next 5, we should have enough for another 24 or so, I believe. So that's good, but we've gone through about half our Nook Miles already. And this could be fundamentally problematic, because eventually someone else is going to leave our town, and we're going to have to do this again. And if we don't have enough Nook Miles tickets, well, that means someone random is going to move into town. And I don't think anyone wants that. I certainly don't want randoms just heading to our town. What is this? Original Animal Crossing when you couldn't tell people to stay? It's so archaic and barbaric. No, we need to actually... We actually have to have at least a certain aesthetic about our islands and have certain villagers within a certain upper crust status, so to speak, so that we don't get looked down upon as an island. We don't want to lose our property value or something because we just get the wrong villagers or something. And it's then you realize Animal Crossing was very, very classist from the start. I just want my favorite animals, damn it. I will point out we have spent 40,000 Nook Miles points so far on tickets. Just in this escapade over the past hour or so. Hey, there's Annabelle. Nice. It's kind of surprising, though. I think this is sort of like karmic balance for the fact that every other time we've gone out looking for villagers, we've found a cool villager that really, really struck my fancy within 2 or 3, like, trips. So now we're really pushing it. I'll use the Nook Miles ticket. If I recall, La Seraphica is pretty useful. If I recall, I think that's one of like the 3 items that has stats that build if you do specific missions. So that might be very, very good. But again, it all depends on how you're specifically building it. And if you're building for like an anti-mage unit, you might want to build it slightly differently than I would for what I would do. But again, it's Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. There's no wrong answers. We have a... Oh, it's this... I remember you. You're the frog with the mustache. I never liked that character. He's just so strange looking. I think we're gonna skip him. No shells, no DIY here either, but that's okay. We got 4 more. I believe his name is Gaston. I'm okay with not having him on my island. Still, I'm surprised. I thought they got rid of him after the first Animal Crossing, because I haven't seen him since. Well, if stealing is, like, top priority in terms of your abilities, then yes, you absolutely want the thief armbands. Like, you should prioritize stuff that makes stealing a little bit easier. Alright, I want to fly. Let's try this again. I'm going to totally forget that we have to do Wisp's quest, too. By the end of this, I'm sure. But let's try it again. Gonna go get some randomized villagers on a random island. Do. I need some water because my throat is sore and it's sealing up. Alright, that's better. Okay. So, we're on what, 17 now? Let's see what we can do with 17th attempt. Come on, random generation. Give me someone cool. I can think of plenty of villagers I think are cool. Give me one of them. I don't think you're one of them. But let's go talk to him. After, of course, we case the beach for awesome loot that I'm not seeing right off. Do. Gonna go find some awesome loot, maybe. Callie! You seem like a very bland character, honestly. I've seen quite a few really cool squirrels. You are not one of them, Callie. I'm sorry to say. And because of that, you would be filling up the house that was once owned by cool big sis Fuchsia. I don't think you're a good fit. I'm sorry. Let's try again with number 18. We've been at this for an hour and a half already. Okay, Orville. Gonna do it again. Number 18. This is gonna send us to an awesome island with the best villager ever, right? Let's do it. Alright, time for takeoff. What would dodos do in this situation? I wonder, would they settle for lesser villagers that aren't quite as awesome? Or would they push through and spend all their Nook miles? I'm not sure. I'm also not a dodo, though, so I wouldn't know. Ah, I think we've met you before, haven't we? Elvis! Okay, I automatically hate you. I think we're done talking forever, Elvis. Thanks. Okay, any DIY recipes? Doesn't look like it. I find it weird that the randomized islands you can go to always seem to have the same fruit and flowers as your island as well. That's annoying. Alright, let's try again. Let's go to number 19. So far, I will say that Sterling and Margie were the best villagers we've run into thus far. I may have shot myself in the foot by not taking either of them. I got greedy, hoping to find my favorites. But here we are. Let's keep flying. I believe this is number 19. I'm ready. Trust me, I'm not doing much. I don't plan on staying long. I just want to see if I can get a villager I like. Goodbye, Orville. Okay. Are we going to get the awesome villager of our dreams this time? I'm starting to lose my ability to speak. Let's find out. I'm thinking no. What's your story? I believe Pom Pom is from the original Animal Crossing as well, but I don't have any personal interest in her right off. Do we have any awesome loot on the beach? Ah, DIY recipe. Alright. Yep, there are secret characters. Come on, something good. Document stack. I thought I already... Oh, maybe I just had something else. Oh, well. Pretty sure I had that one. Oh, well. But yes, there are secret characters. And there's a bunch of secret characters that show up after the game as well. And they're usually special classes. Okay, come on. Fish. You're too big to be a special sea bass. And we lost a coelacanth. And one of those. Well, this island has been a disaster. And we have one more Nook Miles ticket before we have to restock again. I'm pretty sure you can get any of them. Unless you went out of your way to tell them off when they tried to join you. I think that's like the one caveat to that. In which case, that's kind of unfortunate, because I know some of those secret characters have special stuff. Like, I think Linny not only starts out as an advanced class, but has some, like, really good equipment on the start as well. That's the only time I've ever used a Mog Knight was with Linny. Alright, this is our last Nook Miles ticket before we have to restock. Let's see if we get something good. Really hoping, because We are burning through Nook Miles rather quickly. Alright, here we go. Come on. Give me awesome super villager power, go. A racing horse. Huh. I'm pretty sure she's been around since Wild World. I'm not sure you're quite the island material, but let's see what your story is. I don't want to fish, I want to talk. I do believe you have the same personality as dear old Annabelle. But we already have our super Genki Pangolin. I don't think we need another. Especially if it's not a pangolin. Because then what's the point? Oh, I would like this beetle. Beetle! There we go. Yep, that would be it. Mog Knight with ultimate charge already equipped. That's what makes Lenny so special. I don't know, I never really used Moogles outside of Mont Blanc myself, but that's how I played. I had like one of every character type, and that was all I ever needed. Alright, time to go home and restock our tickets again. I'm really wishing I hadn't said no to Margie or Sterling at this point. Oh, it's funny because I'm crying inside. Alright, let's try again. Just gotta make sure I remember that we still have to find Wisp's last bit as well. Time to get some Nook tickets. Wow, we have gone through half our Nook Miles at this point. I wish I could just order 5 at once. Why is that not an option game? Oh, please tell me that we're gonna get something soon. Alright, that's 2. Gonna need 3 more though. Can't order them all at once. Because that would be convenient. And this game's not about that. 2 more. Now I gotta wait for it to print. Why is this so slow? Alright, come on. Come on. I'm impatient. Okay. 1 more. That'll be another 5. And we'll see if we can get someone super awesome within 25 tickets. I find it baffling that within like 15 we got a repeat villager though. That seems statistically like it wouldn't happen. Nope, that's it. Okay, let's try this again. I find it baffling we haven't gotten any notice board messages in a while. Like, seriously, we haven't really gotten any notice board messages since, like, the start of the game. It's really weird how infrequently it happens. There's no buried treasure in this game. Aside from, like, the 1% of the time a villager will walk up and tell you, hey, do you want to find some buried treasure? You know, I miss when villagers just randomly hid stuff. That was fun times. It was also a sign that you could get an NES game, or something you could only get from Nook Raffles or from Crazy Red. It was fun, and it was always something rare, and it was cool. And it's just not something in this game. Like gyroids, or a good many other things that probably should be. More conversation options, the ability to ask for work. Okay. What do we have over here? I'm not seeing any... Is that Velma? Oh, go Velma! I don't think we need Velma, but let's go say hi to good old Velma. It's been a while, girl. How you doing? Bleh. Jinkies! She's on her new mystery adventure, whatever she does now. I miss when Velma had, like, bright blue glasses. Honestly. Her slight design change I care not for. Not gonna lie. That said, it was good seeing her, but I don't think we need her on our island, especially considering that she's another snooty villager, and we already have one. And I've never felt particularly attached to her myself. I would like this moth, though. There we go! Well, I think that's the way to do it, you know? Play the game your way, don't play the game the way anyone else tells you to do it. That said, asking for help and tips and stuff, that's never really frowned upon. Sometimes asking for other opinions can help you see stuff you might not have seen before. Come on, fish. Yay! That makes 3 great whites I've got. I can turn that into a statue. You look like you might be slightly bigger than a sea bass. Let's find out if you are. That is a problem I get a lot too, but that's mostly because I get no viewers. I was gonna say villagers, and then I said villains. You can tell I've been talking for far too long. It's becoming very difficult. But we still haven't got our villagers, so we have to continue. I'm ready to go home. I got a freaking great white shark, though. That wasn't too bad. That means I can finally get my great white statue, because I can't just have a great white in my house. My awesome supervillain lair plan kind of fell through with that, and that made me sad. Well, to be fair, 8 viewers is a lot more than I normally get. I'm normally streaming to myself, mostly. I want to fly. I believe this would be 22 attempts to get a cool villager. Still kind of regretting not getting Sterling or Margie or that frog, but... gotta see what we can do. Let's try this again. Come on, Dodo Airlines, don't let me down. Take me to super cool, awesome island where all the cool people hang out. And all the best villagers. I think the clan capacity is 30. But, I mean, you're going to have... That's way more than you should ever need. I mean, like I said, if you've got one of every race, then you've pretty much got everything you'll ever need. Is that, I know her. I can't think of her name, but she was in my original Animal Crossing island for a while. Patty! Her catchphrase was, "How now?" I remember that. And she's a pop idol now? I find that confusing. I don't remember her being a pop idol. I remember her being just sort of a cutesy generic girl from original Animal Crossing. She had a personality change. But like I said, we already have an island pop star. We don't need another one. And ours is a pangolin, so yeah, you're not upgrading from that, I don't think. What DIY recipe did we get this time? From Lucy, it's a Western-style stone. What does that mean? Genuinely, what is a Western-style stone? It's a grave. What does... What? Okay, that's named weird, but I kind of like that. That could be useful for something. Also, that wreath is kind of pretty. Well, I think you've got plenty of room if that's all you've got so far. We need to go back home. I'm running into all my original Animal Crossing people, but none of the ones that actually matter to me, and that annoys me. But yeah, as long as you've got one of like every race, you should be good. That's pretty much all you need, really. You don't need more characters than that for most situations, certainly. I wanna fly. Let's go to Nook Miles Ticket Island, where hopefully this time I will run into another villager I've had on my original Animal Crossing file. Preferably Pierce or Pearl, because they're my two favorites. You're getting close to the cap then. And I would be careful about that because there are all the secret units, including the post-game ones. And those ones are actually like completely different from any other. Because the secret units you get during the game are basically just regular characters with like boosts to their abilities and stuff, whereas the post-game ones are just completely different characters with different classes that you otherwise can't get. It's not bad to have like an away team to send off when you're using your main guys as well, but I would be careful with your total number of people, because you are getting close to that cap. Okay, who did we get this time? Okay. What's your deal? Well, I think you're a Grumple character, and I already have two. I think we're going to skip on Rocco. 23 times is not, in fact, the charm, evidently. On to 24. Time to go home. Just to go out again. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. I'm really wishing I didn't say no to Margie, honestly. But I didn't want to get a second elephant that looked vaguely similar to the first. Jugglers are interesting classes, for sure. I don't think I use them too much, though. I would like to use Nook Miles Ticket. And let's go. On to number 24. Who is the 24th villager we'll run into? Is it someone we'll need, someone we'll want, or someone I want nothing to do with? I at least appreciate that every island seems to have a villager as long as you know, need one. That's a plus. But, I'm not enjoying the overall pull of villagers we've gotten thus far, minus the two that we've gotten that I kind of liked. Who is it this time? It looks like another hamster. Humphrey! Hamfrey! Huh. I am ambivalent to your design, but I don't care that you're a grumpy character. I think we're gonna pass on Hamfrey. I will take that summer shell. Are we gonna get another DIY recipe? Hopefully. Ooh, got another shark. If nothing else, we're making a lot of sharks, which means whenever CJ gets his butt back to the island, we're gonna make some bells. I haven't seen CJ in like a month, though. Ah! Hey, another one. Yeah, auto-reflect will also reflect healing, which is kind of a pain for sure. But if you put your auto-revive ring on whoever's got the auto-reflect mail, that'll still work, and that should cover you for a revive, which is probably more than enough than any character will individually need. I would think, anyway. But that is another factor you do need to consider. Alright, let's go to 25. And see if we can get ourselves, finally, after 50,000 Nook miles spent on this, a villager I really, really like. It would help if I still had my list of villagers. I don't know where that went, but, I know when I like something. I want to fly. I like Margie. Regret not having her. I really like Sterling. Regret not having him, but I'd like to use a Nook Miles ticket. I already have plenty of eagles, and there's one I want far more. And I'm going to stand by that. Okay. Like I said, if we could get one with the same personality as Fuchsia, that would help save us some grief in getting DIYs later. Alright. What do we got? Ooh, DIY recipe. And what appears to be a hyena. Interesting. You know, it's worth knowing, because I don't think a lot of people realize this. Hyenas are not dogs. They are actually of their own species, which is interesting. They are a completely separate genus. I always thought they were a member of the dog family, but they are not canids. Gold helmet, you say? Yeah, I want that recipe. I need to look at this immediately. I can wear this helmet, correct? I better be able to, or I'm going to be upset. Yeah, we need that in our lives. Absolutely. So what's your deal, sir? Kyle. I don't mind your design, honestly, but again, I am trying to get specific villagers, and I don't think you're quite making the cut, Kyle. But I don't mind your design, I will say that. Okay, let's go home. On the bright side, we now know how to make a gold helmet. That's kind of stylish. That said, I would still, you know, like to have many other DIY recipes that weren't that, as well as many other villagers that aren't the ones we've gotten so far. Minus maybe the 2. Okay. Time to go to another set of 5. This will be the 6th set. Let's see what we can do. Okay, Nook Stop. Time to redeem some Nook Miles. I would like to redeem 2,000 miles. And then I'd like to redeem 10,000 miles. But you won't let me do that at one moment. I have to do it individually, which is frustrating, to say the least. Okay. 2. Come on. More miles, more tickets, more adventures, more villagers, more DIY recipes, more summer shells. 3. Please hurry. I mean, I can speed up the crafting speed. Why can't I speed this up? Also, we still need to be able to craft en masse so that that's still faster because it's still too slow. Even if I can button mash to make things faster. That's 4. Yep, that's basically where I'm at. I need to find a villager that's awesome. Preferably one of my two favorites. Although I'm getting less and less picky as time goes on. I will point out, we have spent 50,000 points thus far on Nook Miles tickets over the past almost 2 hours. Oh. Okay. Still raining. Still haven't seen lightning. That annoys me. I've only seen lightning in this game once, and it was awesome. And I absolutely am annoyed that I don't get to see more. But, what can you do? Alright, let's go to 26. Let's fly out and see who we can find. Use the Nook Miles tickets. Time to take off. I mean, we're saving up all these Nook Miles for something. I just didn't think we'd use them all at once. You know, I thought maybe this would be used across several attempts at finding more villagers. Especially considering that last time we found a villager was the first time we actually went out. You know? But I mean, if we don't use the Nook Miles for this, we're not ever going to use them, so it's at least making use of them, I guess. Plus, we're getting DIY recipes, so that's a big plus. Okay. What do we get this time? Come on, be someone cool. Oh, it's the koala lady. I think she's from the original Animal Crossing as well. Alice! I believe she was on the island that you had to go to with your Game Boy Advance. Not super interested, though. I think we're going to skip on Alice. Any DIY recipes or summer shells or sharks or other cool stuff to justify this trip? Because Alice sure as hell isn't doing it for me. Nope. Regular shell. That's not a coelacanth, that's a sea bass. Nothing. This was a waste of a trip. On to take 27. Alright, let's go. Our 27th attempt was very different from our first 26 in that I don't know, but hopefully it's going to be significantly better. Marvel! Take me away to where all these super special villagers are. The ones that I want. Like Pierce and Pearl and myriad others that I don't know about yet that would be really cool. Alright, let's go. Come on, Orville. Take me somewhere cool. Here we go. Dodo Airlines. I still love that image of the flapping dodo bird. Kind of want a gif of that. Okay. Let's see who we got this time. You know, this entire trip, we've done this almost 3 times. We still have not seen a Scorpion Island at all. I think we found another koala. That doesn't do a lot for me. Although we did find one of these Atlas moths. These will sell for a fair bit. Small victories. It's important to take them where you get them, or else you'll be crushed by life. Aw. You could have had the white whale on your team. That would have been awesome. Sydney! I'm guessing you're Australian. Well, unfortunately, I don't need a koala of your caliber on my island, at least immediately. I have other villagers that far more interest me. But it was nice meeting you. Maybe we'll meet again. Maybe you can come to my island then. But right now, I only want specific villagers, and you are not it. On the 28th. I think there's about 300 villagers, so At 28, theoretically we've gone through about 10% of the total villagers. Except then you have to realize that one of them was a duplicate, which, again, this early should not be happening, but there we are. You also have to take away 10 for the villagers of my island. Well, 9 for the villagers I already have. So, theoretically, we've gone through about 1/6 of the island's total potential population of different villagers. At least numerically speaking. Let's go again! Come on, take me to someone I want to have on my island. Someone I want to say, yeah, you're a cool neighbor, let's go. Come visit my museum, see all the fish I caught and tell me I'm awesome. Okay. Do. I think that's a cow. Naomi. Her eyes are odd looking. Like, she's got red spots behind her eyes. She looks kind of vaguely demonic, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of tempted with you, just because you're so odd looking. Hold on, I can fix this. I need to get a better picture because you are a strange one. Zoom, 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 zoom. You're behind a tree now. What an odd-looking villager. I'm half tempted just by virtue of the fact I've had very few interesting villagers this time. But I don't know. I don't necessarily want some kind of weird demonic cow on my island either. Not when I could potentially have Pierce or Pearl or one of the myriad other really interesting super villagers I'd like to get. Ooh, but I would like to find more DIY recipes. What do we get this time? Thing from Julia. Golden seat. Learn how to make a bunch of stuff out of gold. That's I wonder if the golden stuff is exclusive to the randomized islands. Because that makes 2 things we found on this trip to randomness. I'm ready. Take us home, Wilbur. Been doing this for almost 2 hours yet. We've still yet to find our villagers. Knowing that there's at least 2 villagers I want specifically, that should cut the odds of finding totals in half. So instead of 1 in 300, it's now at 1 in 150. At least that's me pretending I understand math. Use a Nook Miles ticket. Let's go for number lucky 28. I don't know if 28's a lucky number. I mean, I don't think anything's particularly lucky with me. I'm a very unlucky individual, and to be fair, we got lucky with our first few villagers. So it's entirely possible we will go through all our Nook Miles points without actually getting a villager that we wanted, and that would be a shame. That's another reason why I kind of wanted Naomi. But is it pronounced Naomi or is it Naomi? I've heard it pronounced both ways. I don't know. Oop, who do we have this time? I think we have a... what are you? Lemur, that's what it is. That's kind of neat. There's something about your face that I find unnerving, though. I think I would have preferred the demon cow to, I don't even know, but there's something about the way you're smiling that creeps me out, Tammy, so I'm gonna let you not come to my island. Thank you, but I will take this summer shell. Yes, please. She looks kind of like a mime or something. Nope, no new DIY recipes. We got one more ticket before we have to restock. It is a little creepy, right? She was creepy. Honestly, I find her more unnerving than Naomi was. Like, Something about her facial design was just, that was demonic, but, you know, at least she was personable. I could talk to that. There's something about just that lemur that's just like, no thanks. That's unsettling to look at. Alright, let's try again. This will be number 30. And with this, that marks, what, 2/3 of all our Nook miles used? So, another hour to go? Let's take off. You know, I think the randomness of this speaks volumes about why people pay actual money for certain villagers in Animal Crossing. Like on eBay and places like that. Okay, so it's one of these annoying islands that you have to, like, use a ladder 8 times to climb up. Not the biggest fan of this island design, honestly. I do like the one that has that nice little valley you can run through, though. That was a cool design. Don't think I've ever seen that before. That was a new beetle. Crap. Okay, so we've got no summer shells and no DIY recipes. This island is not looking good for a start. But the question is, what villager is on the summit of this little mountain? Someone I want, someone I need. Ketchup. Huh. You know, part of me wants to say no to you because we already have our super Genki Pangolin, but I've had so little luck with finding any villagers right now. I feel like we kind of have to go with Ketchup on this one. I don't know. Like, part of me is saying yes. You do look like an interesting villager, and we haven't had a lot of those this time. But at the same time, you are not Pierce or Pearl. But that said, we've also gone through 2/3 of all my Nook Miles tickets. We need to build up our stocks again for next time we lose a villager. Alright, screw it. We're going with Ketchup. You want to live on my island? You strange tomato duck thingy? Aw. Yay! Well, it doesn't have a zip code. It has a postal code. Is that what you want? Alright, well, we didn't get a villager I wanted specifically or anything, but you know what? I think we could have done worse than Ketchup. It's not Pierce or Pearl, though. And that kind of sucks. I'm ready to go home. That said, we are also now missing a big sister type personality, which means our DIY recipes are going to potentially suffer. Still, at least we got someone that's vaguely interesting. Which is, I mean, considering that took 2 hours, I'll take what I can get at this point. That took 2/3 of all of our Nook Miles. That was not great. But at least we got someone in the end. Okay, so we still gotta find good old Wisp's bits. We're still missing one. Sahara's still here. Go away, no one likes you. No one likes you, Sahara. You took forever to give me the thing I wanted. But thank you. I will leave you alone for tonight. That's not a special fish. Alright, well, we got some summer shells, too. We also got some awesome DIY recipes, including a golden helmet. I kind of want to make that, even though I don't think I could pull it off, really. And if we get gold stuff from island stuff, like I'm supposing, that means if we want the golden armor, which is a piece of the Gundam, we're going to have to get it through those island DIYs. But that's assuming those DIYs you find on the island are indeed different. That is making a bit of a leap in logic that I cannot back up with fact. So, we'll just have to keep that in mind moving forward, I guess. But either way, gotta find a wisp bit, and once we find that, I think we're done, because we've been doing this for 2 hours. But at least we got ourselves a new villager that's at least kind of interesting, although it's not Pierce, it's not Pearl. It's not a new big sister type. What do we got here? I got a rock. But on the bright side of all bright sides, we finally got the flooring we needed from good old Sahara. What would you like, Tia? If it's a nickname, no. No. Sorry to break your heart there, Tia, but I don't need a nickname, thank you. I appreciate that you went out of your way to think of one for me, but no, I don't need one. I mean, I already have one. I don't need another. And I know how Animal Crossing is about nicknames. They'll figure something out that'll call you something stupid, and it'll take forever until you get to say, no, I want to design my own nickname. I know how that works. Okay, so gotta find wisp bits. There's our super Genki Pangolin. Oh, she's got little spots on her coat. That's cute. We actually need to empty our pockets to the place that I live in. House, that's the word. Still gotta find ourselves a wisp bit as well, but at least we've gotten a little bit more done now. So I think moving forward, our next goal is to just shore up our Nook miles a bit. We'll put that in storage. Store that. Store that. Store that. Store that. Store. 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 Most of the stuff we're just going to sell when Flick or CJ show up. Which will hopefully be soon, because I haven't seen either of them in forever. Put in storage. Storage. There we go. Now we can get more fossils. But right now we just need to get a wisp bit and then I'll be happy for the night. But we did get the flooring we needed. That is a big, I don't want to say weight off my shoulders, but it's something I really wanted for a long time. Now that I actually have it, I can kind of slowly move forward with my new idea for a house design. Which just means we have to get the other bits, including a DIY recipe from Celeste, a specific one rather. That's a big fish. I need that. I'm guessing that is probably an Arapaima. Let's find out. Yup. Okay, so the question is, where is the last wispy bit now? Because it's got to be somewhere. Also, we should see if we can get a DIY from Drago or something. But there should be a wisp bit somewhere, and we're just not seeing it. And I'm racking my brain trying to figure out where number 5 would be, because we got 4 of them. Oh well, let's climb the mountain and see if Drago's giving out DIY stuff so we can get another DIY we don't have yet. Come on, Drago. Be doing some DIY stuff. Come on, buddy. Oh no, he's sick. And Nooklings is closed. I can't get him any medicine. Unless I have some in my storage at home, I might. Let's go take a look. You gotta check this stuff out. Because I don't want Drago to suffer. He's too awesome. Climb, 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 climb. Gotta go find some wispy bits. There is another thing we could do. Potentially. Shake trees, get stung by bees, talk to someone who gives away medicine, and then just give that to Drago. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. But first things first, let's see if we got something in storage. Before I sacrifice my beautiful face for the sake of making Drago's day. Because believe me, I'll do it, but I would prefer not to have to. Okay, so that's all closed. We bought 2 of the same helmet. We didn't buy the other one. Crap. Well, that's annoying. Okay, I think medicine will be around here. Yep, there it is. Alright, we're good. We can go help Drago. That makes me feel a little bit better. I don't want him sick. That wouldn't be very good. Fling! Gonna go give a thing to Drago. Make him feel better. Are you guys gonna talk? No, you're just gonna stare at each other. Fair enough. Alright. Let's go give a thing to Drago. And help our buddy feel better. Okay, Drago. Also, your snoozy cap and little stripy shirt are adorable. Here, take this. I totally brought it for you. Because I care about you, buddy. It would also help if, you know, you had a bed to lay in. Why would you have a fitness tank? You're a lazy character. Alright, well there. I'm glad I could help your day be slightly less of a downer. Okay. Now, back to finding wispy bits. Because we still need 1. There's a bit of wisp somewhere. We just need to find it. Excuse me, pardon me, don't mean to get in your way. Not down there. There's wisp. That doesn't help us too much. I wonder how much the wisp bits actually potentially move. Doesn't seem to be up at the playground area. Ooh, there's weeds up here. I don't come up here too often, as you can tell. I have to clean that up. Oh, okay, Mr. Cat wants to play now. Okay, Mr. Cat. Do you see any wispy bits? Okay, so now we're 2-playering Animal Crossing. That's okay, but we still gotta find wisp bits. Now, the nice thing about having a cat playing with you is that he gets to be an extra set of eyes to find wisp bits for you. That is not a fish we want to catch, I don't think. That looks like a sea bass to me. Okay, doesn't look like it's around here. This is frustrating. This reminds me of the time where just no, like, wiggly ghosty bits would spawn in original Animal Crossing. Like, it was not happening. Because it was entirely random. And I guess that leads me to the question, in similar cases, do 5 exist in the world at the same time, or are they semi-random when they show up, if they show up, and where? I would think that the where would be random, but are they persistent? Do they move around? And do they stay in a general area, or can they actually wander very far away from each other? I don't know the answers to these, and it would help if I did. But that said, it doesn't change the fact that we still have to catch it, wherever it may be. But that said, we're not having a ton of luck with that right now. Not over here. Now, a wisp bit would not be inside a house, or the museum or anything, so we can rule that out. It doesn't look like it's over here. There it is. Just had to be a little patient. Problem is, I'm not one of those people who happens to be patient. But boom! Alright, time to go take this to good old Wisp. Was that a big looking fish? It was kind of a big looking fish. Let's see what that is. That might be a black bass, but let's find out. Or let's not, because I got impatient and I've got a cat playing with my controller. Alrighty, time to take this to Wisp, finally. He's been waiting a while. Only about 2 hours, though. No big deal. Wisp. I found all your wispy bits. There you go. Alright. And boom! There's our ghosty bod. I like furniture. I'll take something new. A party garland, interesting. Now that's actually something I would like to ask is, if you ask for something new, you can't wear that, interesting. If you ask for something new from Wisp, does that include permutations of other things you already have? Like, let's say I have this thing in white, and I could only get it in white. Does that mean that something new could be Wisp giving me one of these in pink? Like, do permutations act as something that you don't have before in Wisp's eyes? Are you gonna play that? Please tell me you're gonna start playing that. Yep. But she's not playing it very well. Oh. If she is playing it, she's playing a very slow KK song. Let's see what this party garland is all about. Okay. I'm guessing this is a wall decoration. So let's take it to this room where we don't have too many of those. What does this look like? Oh, there's a scorpion there. That's right. Okay. What does this look like? That doesn't help. That's what I'm looking for. I find that to be underwhelming. Well, they can't all be winners, I guess. Sometimes you're not just gonna get the thing you want. And sometimes you don't get the thing you need. You don't get a thing you like, you just get a thing. But getting a thing is better than not getting a thing, I guess. And if nothing else, we finally got the flooring I was looking for, so that's a big plus towards my ultimate room idea. Now I just need everything else for that. But at least we've made some progress, and that's a big deal to me. Anyway, we've been at this for almost 2.5 hours. I hope you enjoyed the quest for villagers that kind of sort of interest me, where we ended somewhat lukewarmly, but at least we found something that was at least interesting. You might want to follow this stream to know when we go live, because we do this every single night. Plus, I'm trying to get back into Mario Maker and do other stuff when I have the time. Trick is finding that time. I also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff. Should have a review coming up tonight, and that is something to look forward to. Working on a couple different collection videos and a few other things, so look forward to that. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is spend almost 2 hours searching for villagers on islands with very little luck. But I've never been terribly lucky in my life, so that's pretty much par for the course. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.